All right, let's fire up the DeLorean and get it ready to hit 88 miles an hour as we turn back the clock for a very special movie anniversary.
It's the sci-fi trilogy that took audiences through time and back again.
88 miles per hour!
Marty McFly and Doc Brown's time-traveling adventure captivated audiences with hoverboards, holograms, and futuristic fashion.
Our laces, all right.
Decades on, the films are still fan favourites, and this year, Back to the Future 2 is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
And now, one of the stars of the series, Jeffrey Wiseman, aka George McFly, joins us from San Francisco. Good morning to you, Jeffrey. It's 30 years.
Yeah, so very nice.
That's fantastic. It's 30 years since you took on the role of Marty Hey! So you played Marty McFly's dad, George, in the second Back to the Future. George. Were you a fan of the first instalment?
And 3.
And in 3 too, yeah.
I was a huge fan of the first one. In fact, I had did a film with Crispin Glover, who appeared as George in the first film and was a big fan of his. And when I saw the first film come out, I was like, I know that guy. He's great. This is wonderful. And of course, when I had the opportunity to step into the role, I was like, oh my God, I had to pinch myself.
Yes! No! Ooh la la! Ooh la la! Ooh la la! Doc! Doc!
Hey, you.
Doc, damn it, come in!
Marty, what's up?
Doc! Doc, I'm in trouble. I blew it.
Where's the book?
I don't. Biff must still have it with him. All I got is the damn cover.
And where's Biff?
You're asking for it.
I don't know.
Now you're gonna get it.
Don't you have any idea where he is?
No, I mean, he could be anywhere by now.
Marty, the entire future depends on you finding Biff and getting that book back.
I know. I just don't know where.
Stop it, Biff! You'll break his arm! Stop it!
Of course! I gotta go! I got one chance! My omen is about to deck Biff! Talk about deja vu.
Are you okay?
Marchy McFly, Marchy McFly. Year 6 of Marchy McFly. Ready or not, Year 6 of Marchy McFly. I'm back, great Scott. It's Year 6. 31 straight days for you. In Year 6. It's Back to the Future Part 2. Every day. Gonna have a little talk of Marty and Doc. 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 Marty.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 25th, which means it is the 25th day of Marchy McFly, the 25th day of Marchy McFly 6, and for the 25th day in a row, I am here talking about Back to the Future Part 2 to you. It is Wednesday morning, and I am on some sort of walking path here in Naples, Florida. It's not a rail trail, but it's basically the same type of thing. Like, it wasn't a railroad at any point. It is just this long stretch of road, of land between like neighborhoods, a big greenway, and there's a paved path all the way from one end to the other. It's not a super long walk, but I thought it is a quiet walk. I tried talking to you. I tried recording something while walking to Wawa this morning. Every time I come here, when I have an extra day, I go to Wawa. It's about a 1.5 mile walk, but it's on a busy road. It was pretty loud, so I thought, you know what? Let's hold off. Let's not, not, the audio was bad enough yesterday, and I'm sure it's not that great today, but at least I feel like I'm talking at a better volume. So I figured let's go on this dead end and go for a nice, quiet respite, like a break in between going back to the busy road, back to my mother-in-law's, and back to getting ready to, shove off tomorrow. Tomorrow we leave pretty early in the morning, so you won't hear from me until the end of the day, unless I record, little bits here and there. We'll see. But we will be going to, I want to say North Carolina. I know that there is a South Carolina and there's also a North Carolina, and they're two separate states apparently, and they border each other. You go to the south one first when you're coming from Florida, then to the north one. I think we go to I know we go to one of them. I know the town is called Hardyville, and I feel like it's Hardyville, Carolina, either north or south. That one I know for a fact, and we've gone there for the last few trips back and forth. So that's where we will be stopping tomorrow. And the nice thing is there's a nice, quiet, long walk that I can take that I recorded podcasts before. So you will be hearing from me then tomorrow. The next day we will be making it to Fredericksburg. And from there, you will be probably again that evening, as I take this long walk to a fast food restaurant called Bojangles that I don't think it's not in our area at all. It's basically a chicken place. I don't know. I found it, and I like to hit a place up that is not in Massachusetts. So I'll be going there. I don't think I'll be recording from the Bojangles. I don't think they have any like quiet booths that I could record a podcast in, but you probably will be hearing from me there. Then Saturday, which is the worst of the drive, because we have to get through New York and you have to get through Connecticut, but it's also the best of the drive, because then I will be back to my wife, back to my doggy, back to my home. And then, of course, back to you, back to my microphone and actually recording properly. That being said, I'm still here mainly to talk about Back to the Future Part 2 to you, and I was all excited to put a clip at the beginning of yesterday's episode about Florida and about Universal Studios Florida and about the Back to the Future ride. And then I posted the audio and I listened this morning, and oops, I accidentally muted that part. So the episode starts with about 20 seconds of quiet. I fixed it. So if you are listening to this later, you probably don't even notice it. You probably hear the beginning. If you did hear blank, that's because, or did hear nothing, it was completely quiet, that's because I screwed up. But it is fixed now if you want to go back and hear that excitement. So this 3 minutes and 20 seconds, a lot of quiet time, and we get more Crispin Glover. We get Crispin Glover, and this is another reason why I think that, he ended up getting into a lawsuit with, right? It wasn't a lawsuit, it was some sort of legal argument. All I know is it changed the way that people's likenesses could be used in the future for all of films. So that was a good thing. to come out of it. Now, mind you, you probably think they're thinking, well, wait a minute, this is a character. We can have other people play the character. And he shot all this footage, and we're going back into the first movie. He was in the first movie. We could use that. This is our footage. Well, apparently that's not exactly the case, as it turned out. I'm not going to rehash this. I feel like I've talked about it before, but we get to relive the big moment of George hitting Biff from a different angle. And I just watched it while I was walking. I just watched the clip. By the way, just to let you know, today we will be covering minutes 1:20, 1 hour and 20 minutes to 1 hour, 23 minutes and 20 seconds. So that's, what is that, 80 minutes? 80 to 83:20. And in today's minutes, I'm not going to even look back. I'm just going to go for it and see if I can remember it. In today's minutes, I believe, well, Marty believes that he actually gets the almanac. And this is something that actually reminds me back to the book, which I've been meaning to mention. And it kind of makes sense now that you think about it. Well, that I think about it, because you didn't read the book. In the book. Okay, so let's get back to it. Marty, he's in Strickland's office. He puts he gets his hand crushed. Strickland is drinking on the job, and then he goes back outside to see what's going on. Now, mind you, Strickland goes back outside, but he does not notice there's a fight in the parking lot about 3 seconds later, but that's fine. He leaves his office, and he throws the book that he had into the garbage. Marty's like, this is it. Yes, finally. He opens up the magazine, and then we get my favorite, like, ooh la la. Like, every time I hear someone say ooh la la, I think of Marty right there, Michael J. Fox saying ooh la la. It turns out that Biff the entire time had the almanac in his pocket, but was using the dust cover. Remember, there was a dust cover. That was before they had dust repellent paper. They set that up at the beginning of the movie. The dust cover of the book was covering ooh la la so they could look at boobies and you know, they look at women without getting in trouble, even though they were doing it right. Once Strickland saw them, he covered it with the dust cover so they could keep looking at it. So when Strickland opened the book and he goes, oh, sports statistics, huh? He's not saying these are sports statistics. He's being sarcastic, saying these aren't sports statistics. These are ladies. So that's what that whole thing meant. It actually gives another meaning to Strickland's reaction. Now, he didn't get him in trouble, I guess. Like, you thought bringing that onto school campus would give him detention, but I guess because it's not during the day, I don't know why Strickland didn't give him detention, but he didn't. He walks off, he brings the book, he throws it away. Marty opens it, and in the future, Biff still has the book. Now, that cover, we don't care about that anymore. In the future, Biff shows him the book, and the book looks has a little wear and tear. In the novelization, they mention that the book has a little wear and tear. It doesn't have the dust cover on it anymore. Well, the reason it doesn't have the dust cover on it anymore is because Biff used that dust cover to hide ooh la la. And Strickland stole that dust cover and put it in the garbage. So somewhere, a garbage man could pick up a dust cover, even though the almanac is burned at the end of the movie. Yeah, I know I'm jumping ahead. Even though the almanac is still with Biff, that dust cover is out there. Someone could pick up that dust cover and be like, what the hell is this? 50 to 2000, like, and it could, like, you look on the back of the dust cover, it could be like, from Pete Rose hitting 3,000 hits to the Jets winning the first Super Bowl, or the Super Bowl II, or whatever it is, Super Bowl III, the one, the Jets. The last time the Jets win the Super Bowl, the last time the Jets will ever win the Super Bowl, the only time they won. There could have been something on the back of that book, and a janitor, custodian's like, what the hell's this? Huh. I wonder if this is real. Let's, and just hold on to it and place a couple bets, and then that guy becomes rich because they left the dust cover in Strickland's office. I'm just saying that's what happened. They left it there, and that's why it wasn't in the future. That was a nice little detail that they don't point out in the movie, and they don't. They do mention it in the book, but I think I don't know. To me, I like that detail. So Marty's all like, oh no, what have I done? I blew it. He calls Doc. He's like, where could he be? He could be anywhere. And then he goes, are you sure he could be anywhere? Then you hear, hey, you get your damn... Now, there's no way that they could hear that from Strickland's office. Hey, you get your damn hands off her. But they did it. He heard it. He turns around and goes, yes, of course. And we see that it's, it's Jeffrey Weissman playing the role of George McFly, even though it's Crispin Glover's voice. We do get to see the real, Marty gets down to see the punch from a different angle. And actually, this is the one and only time he actually gets to see the punch. Because in the original movie, he comes out at the end and Biff is already, he's already concussed on the ground. And he's he's already got brain damage. But in this version, Marty actually gets to see the punch. So I do like his reaction, like, yes, like he's all excited that he actually gets to see the punch. So I thought that was cool. And we get to see now we get a George McFly, a Crispin Glover shot, because it's the exact shot of him helping Lorraine to her feet. We see the corner of Crispin Glover's face. Then it cuts over, and now it's, Jeffrey Weissman and her walking into the school, past Marty, the original Marty Prime. No, Marty from the past. Marty Prime is, I'm going to say, the Marty we're following. So that Marty is like, oh, let me get in there. And he goes over and he's like, look out. Let me, I know CPR. And the guy's like, what's CPR? So I'm going to look up, when was CPR invented? It says here, modern CPR was developed in 1960. Well, there you go, 1955. No one knows what the hell CPR is. I don't know if they even knew to do something like that, but they didn't call it CPR. But that's why that 30-year-old high school kid who, I think he took your wallet, doesn't know what CPR is. So he goes, what's CPR? And then Biff wakes up and goes, you. Marty then gives him a second punch to the head, causing irreparable damage for years to come, you would think. I mean, who knows with Biff's hand? Maybe it's just, just any other day. So punches him right in the face, and everyone's like, what? And he grabs the sports almanac, the actual sports almanac, and now you think he has it saved. Why don't you go burn it right now? No. Instead, he gets it. The guy goes, I think he took your wallet. I think he took that guy's wallet. He's about to go, and now he thinks, I'm ready to go. I'm going to meet you, Doc. He calls Doc. I got the sports almanac success. He says, great. I will fly over now and meet you on the top of the roof of the school. Instead of run out someplace. I'm going to fly over to the school where someone could notice me. That seems a little, irresponsible, but okay. So he goes, I'll meet you at the school. He goes, great. I'll see you then. Puts the antenna down, turns the walkie-talkie off, turns around, and what does he see but Match 3D and Stickhead? Match Skinhead and 3D. Is there Matchstick? No, he's just Match. He's not Matchstick. Stickhead. Huh. So Match, Skinhead in 3D. He's like, hey, it's him. And they get him. And he goes, hey, guys, what's that? They all fall for it. He tackles them. He bum rushes them, runs off. And as he runs off, that's where this 3 minutes and 20 seconds comes to an end. And I think I did a pretty good job not looking at it and just walking and talking at the same time. I think I pulled it off pretty good. Considering, again, I'm just walking, trying to do this all from memory. But it is a memory that I just watched at the corner while waiting for the light to change for the crosswalk at the local Wawa. But that's it. I think this counts. I think this has got to be better than yesterday. It has to be better than yesterday. We'll see. At least I feel like I'm talking at a voice that I would normally talk at. So now that we're done today, I want to mention that this Monday, I'll be home. Thank God I'll be home. This Monday, we will be having our one and only guest this year. Unfortunately, we couldn't work out the schedule for any other guests, but that's quite all right, because these guys know that they're always available. They're always welcome. We will see you next time for sure. But that being said, Monday, we will be having a Marchy McFly veteran, a Geek Mentality veteran. He's been on Sitcom All Ye Faithful. He's been on Joggus multiple times. He's been on Marchy McFly multiple times as well. He might hold the record for Marchy McPearances. So he will be coming on the show Monday, the penultimate episode, I believe. It's called, is that the second to last one? The penultimate You know, it's like infamous. That means more than famous. If you don't watch Three Amigos, then I feel sorry for you. So that will be Monday. But we still have the rest of this week to get through. We still have this entire road trip to get through. So I will be back tomorrow, no longer in Florida. I will be talking to you from one of the Carolinas. Please don't ask me which one. I'll know more tomorrow. But until then, I want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. You can follow me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, which is Geek Mentality Mike. The Facebook page is Fans.Experts. The YouTube channel is Fans.Experts. That's because the website is fansnotexperts.com. Ooh, I'm starting to feel that breakfast burrito. This has been a very successful walk. I will see you tomorrow, my friends. But until then, once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.